Hello community. In this video we will show you how you assemble the MEGA65 DevKit. So you received the package from Trends, and today we're going to show you how you actually put the nice acrylic case together and get your MEGA65 DevKit ready for use. First thing, do a quick orientation. This is normally the slot how you can access the SD card, and we will start with the PCB. So easiest thing is have a look for the screws of the PCB, and you see already that's how the PCB will go. These ones are the ones that we need for the floppy drive. These are the distance washers for the PCB. Should be 7 of them. Exactly. So these are the washers for the PCB. These ones are the distance washers for the floppy drive, and these should be 8. Your dev kit comes shipped with a completely refurbished floppy drive. Take one washer over here. There's no force needed. This can go aside for a second. We have to start with the PCB. To do this, we need the distance washers now. So all acrylic plastic parts are sealed with a plastic foil on both sides. So please remember this when you assemble the dev kit. We just take one screw. They're all applied with adhesive, so it shouldn't be an issue getting them on. So what I do now is I use one screw. First one. Main board is in. We already can set the 3 distant bolts for the case itself. How the upper case will later be screwed to the lower case. For this he actually made these 3D printed parts with fitting screws. So this part is prepared. Now we can start with the floppy drive. So we start with the data cable. Have a look how I fold it. The GND pin connection is shown correctly. Also keep in mind this is the more flat 34 pin connector, while the side on the floppy is the other type. Okay, we start now by folding. We call it the cable origami. And we actually start by folding it downwards, like over here. Let it be roughly 1 centimeter over the edge. Fold it upwards, like this. Fold it to the back side. Like this. And that's the whole trick in principle. We now can lay the cable over here and we'll be able to connect it to the floppy drive. Second thing we need directly as well is a power cable. For the power cable, softly bend down the cables over here. You can make an easy test fit. And you will see it fits perfectly in like this. Before we actually can go ahead and mount the floppy drive onto the base part of the case, we have this programmer was supplied as well by Trends. You have to put the programmer in the appropriate place. Please ensure that you are pin correct with the programmer on it. The next thing before we continue putting the floppy disk drive in, please ensure that you have dip switch number 1, this one, and dip switch number 3, this one, in on position. It is a lot harder to do this afterwards once the floppy drive is connected. So please ensure dip switch 1 and dip switch 3, as shown over here, are in the on position. The other ones are in off position. Also, you've been supplied mini USB cable. So if you want, you can already attach it. This makes life easier later as well. I start with the side over here. What you can see now nicely over here is the plastic distance washer over here on the top part and here on the lower part. Like I said, these distance washers are absolutely essentials. Otherwise, we will have problems when we later try to put the side plane on our case for the floppy cutout. First, this is the main keyboard plastic holder that will keep the mainboard inside the case. You see this here on the side. That's where it will go to the side planes of the case. This is actually directly on top of the keyboard and will just have enough space for our LEDs. I'm going to show you this by now. So first thing again, like I already mentioned, all laser cut parts have plastic foils, protection foils on both sides of the cutout. Your MEGA65 DevKit will come applied with our perfect keyboard. In principle, first thing you actually will do is you move the first plane completely over the keyboard like this. The second one will come a minute later. We need 5 screws to secure the keyboard. The keyboard is secured with 5 screws, so you see there are only a couple of them as To be precise, this one is one of the screws, this one, this one, this one, and this one. This one and this one are not used. While we got the keyboard over here, we take one of the supplied cables. That's the keyboard cable which will connect the keyboard to the MEGA65 mainboard. Quite easy, the cable is facing towards you inside the keyboard PCB, and you actually just, with not much force, put it on. It's also prepared already. Preparation for the keyboard complete. We can put the keyboard beside again and continue with the bottom part. You will get from us also a nice reset button. So now we have everything together. We can actually start. We start with the backplane. It's amazing how beautiful this case looks like. Be careful when you move this part in that you check with the analog video output screws. Like I said, it's very important that you have the programmer in. I detached the USB cable again. You actually could put it in now as well and lead it here through. You also can do this later. For the keyboard, ensure that the cable is looking towards you. The top case onto the MEGA65. So, last thing left, actually the feed. What also came in the package is the SD card. Your MEGA65 is ready to go. So if you followed our assembly video, we would like to wish you happy programming. And for all other informations, how to start and so on, please follow the links in the description. Thank you very much.